What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels, and today is day 12:35 or something p.m. Eastern, 9:35 or something. And folks, how are you doing? What's going on? Look at this. Look what I did. Guys, I'll be looking over here sometimes. You want to know why? Because I brought down a damn iPad. Now, I'm worried that this is going to screw with my stream because I am using a Wi-Fi extender down here in the bunker. But good morning, 409. Bento Grizz, good morning. And Algo Learner. What's going on, man? We're live. Django Coop. Yes. What's up, Django? CJ. Good morning, my man. And Tom. What's up, Tom? Nice to see you in this room these past couple of weeks. Folks, we're staring down the barrel of a something. Man, I don't know what's going on. We have CPI today. We'll check that out. It came in cooler than expected. You know, it's cooler. They say hotter. Did they say cooler? It cooled down. You know what I mean? Year over year, it's still up, but lower than expectations. And the markets at last time I looked about an hour ago were pumping. The crypto markets did get a little bit of a jolt, but it wasn't like the stock market. And I think it cooled off pretty quick. But I don't know what's happened in the last hour. I've been getting ready for this. I ate yogurt with blueberries and some wild honey right before I came down here. My stomach is saying, what's going on, man? This was actually good for me. Why are you doing that? All right. So let's just dive in real quick. There's things are dinging. Oh my God. This iPad that I haven't charged. I have this iPad Pro thing. like a thing. Like I don't know what it is. And I haven't charged it in a while. And so like every notification from like 3 years, usually they're just me sending myself articles so I remember to put it to my show, but that's okay. All right. Mel, what's up? Good evening. Good morning to Mel. I forget about that. It's not just morning. Not all of you live in the hellscape that is California with beautiful sun and beaches and wonderful weather and hikes, but very gross streets. A lot of you live other places in other countries. So, good evening, good afternoon to all of you. All right. What are you doing here, man? Google LLC added items that can run in the background. I don't want that. I don't want you. What is Google LLC? Is that a real thing? All right. Governor's hat says win pancakes. Bento Grizz, pamp it. Fred. Good morning, Fred. And Algo Learner. Anybody can explain Messina's Algo in simple terms? Get sponsorship from Messina Coop. I do have a sponsorship with Messina. Didn't you see that? Didn't you guys see that? All right. Well, how Algo works, Algo Learner, is it is a yield-bearing token. So you can hold it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything when you hold Algo, and you can burn it for a small fee and get your rewards. Now, the issue is that like right now, if you were to burn it, you wouldn't get like a prorated amount of the rewards. They actually have to pay out those rewards at the end of the period. But if you don't, sign up for governance and you just hold it for 3 rewards periods, it's going to continue to accrue that value. So right now, for example, if you wished that you had participated in Algorand governance, this is a wonderful option for you because you could swap for it on a DEX right now. You can't mint it from Messina. That there's a window for that, I'm sure. But you can swap for it on a DEX, and now you own Algo. And at the end of this period, it's going to get the same amount of rewards as everybody else gets. And you jumped in a month late or whatever. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? All right, guys, let's dive into the news real quick. I have Agro Token. I have some Agro Token news I want to talk about, and I have some things and thoughts that surround that. So let's figure out what's going on there and keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? But first, let's just check out the news because I know today's a big news day with the CPI and the markets pumping. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Go to CNBC. which is Algo Learner's favorite site to get all of his news. He never questions it. He doesn't believe that they have a narrative that they're trying to push. Algo Learner loves CNBC. It's an old joke of the show. It's a weird joke, not even that funny. All right, folks, let's go in here. Make sure we're looking at it. We are. Refresh the page. Get to it. All right. Yep. The market is still feeling rather happy. What is going on here? This looks like a crypto banner on top. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Come back, banner. Give me some banner. There it is. CNBC Pro talks. Bitcoin. Bull. Kathy Wood's outlook. Yes. Kathy Wood is very bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the crypto space believes that it is going to, by 2030, I think she said it's going to be a $25 trillion industry. Let's do it. All right. So the Dow is up almost 500 points, nearly 1.5%. The S&P 500 is up almost 2%. And the NASDAQ is up over 2%. And then the Russell is up 4.5%. So those small cap guys are outperforming. The VIX is down. Wall Street rally builds momentum. Dow rallies 400 points. Home Depot says the worst of inflation is over, and that could be good news for retailers and shoppers. Yeah, it could. Inflation for retail and shoppers, we all know that kind of pillories, is that the right word? Pillories the working class, because everything that you need gets more expensive. And your wages don't necessarily go up. So when gas is $6 a gallon, when eggs are whatever, and bacon is whatever, and yada milk is whatever, all of those things that everybody needs, the rich people don't give a shit. But the paycheck to paycheck guys have less and less money to spend on other things because most of their paychecks going to necessities. You guys understand that. You understand that concept, right? All right. So inflation is bad for regular people. Trump's Truth Social has lost 73 million since its launch. Might not work out there, Trump. Just go back to your buddy. Is he even his buddy? I don't know that they're buddies, actually. I don't think that they are, but well, I don't know. Maybe they're buddies. Let's move on. All right. Let's see. As Hollywood reckons with AI, Warner Music will use the tech to make an Edith Piaf biopic. Do it. Edith Piaf, isn't she like an opera singer? Is that true? Look, what is she? Nobody cares. All right. Fisker is down. Yep. Here we go. Elon Musk says SpaceX should receive clearance. Okay. Apple gets 36% of Google search revenue from Safari, Alphabet witness says. The 10-year is down below 4.5. We topped 5 recently. Okay, House Speaker Mike Johnson predicts that there's a bipartisan agreement to avoid a government shutdown. That's good. All right. Did you buy the bottom of Tesla? That was at like 205 recently. It's up to 235. Look at that. Palantir retook 20. Love it. Love to see it. All right, cool. Let's go to Bloomberg. Who are we going to kick out here? Let's kick out this one because I don't have it queued up. Okay, we're at Bloomberg. What do we got here? I got to set this up. If the purpose is HODL, then why even? More curious how to make money from vaults. Algo Rye. Well, and that's a different thing, Algo Learner. If you want to learn about the vaults, and then you're going to have to learn about Algo Rye. Same time as IRL, you guys should coordinate. It's not the same time. She goes on in like 20 minutes. I have to do my show at this time, guys. So I don't know what to say. This is the only time I can do it at the same time daily, Monday through Friday. So, and I also believe I realized after the show on Thursday that I ran over the next block. I love these guys. Algo Hour is on at 1 p.m. Eastern. So in about 20 minutes, if you need to go, it's okay. But I won't be much longer. I'll keep the show short. But I'm trying to be cool with everybody. But at the same time, like if I can do this, I need to do this at this time, or else I can't do this. All right. So that's the problem I am living in right now. Algo Learner, seriously, don't forget to hit the like button. Do that. Hello, everyday Algonaut. Okay, U.S. inflation broadly slows. I'm sharing this right now. My screen over here isn't great, but I can still see the chat, which is good on my other monitor. Okay, so U.S. inflation broadly slows, erasing bets on more Fed rate hikes. So that's another thing that has happened. They have basically said that they will not be hiking rates. I'm almost with 99% certainty, and there's no way they're going to hike rates. Why would they? The inflation does seem to be going down. Are they like manipulating though the things that they measure to make this happen? We are entering into an election year, so you never know about the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? U.S. shutdown risk drops as more Democrats back Speaker's plan. There you go. Billionaire Leon Cooperman takes stake in Manchester United. For all you footy fans. All right. Don't worry about stepping on other shows. Ultimately, they will end up different target audiences. I watch Coop and IRL at the same time. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I also want to grow outside of just the Algorand ecosystem. Like, let's be honest. Like, I love hanging out with you guys, but wouldn't it be cool if we had a bigger crew hanging out, talking about things? I think so. Because, I mean, at some point this needs to scale, or old Koopy Pants is going to do something else. All right, so let's go to CoinDesk real quick. Okay, so the markets, crypto is like, yeah, great CPI, but we were headed down anyways because we're being manipulated. The plan was to go down today, so we got to go down. All right, guys, we got to go down because all of our daddies are playing their games. Oh my god. Okay, this is the thing right here. Should we do it now? Should we talk about it now? Let's do it before you have to leave, friends. All right. So this is from CoinDesk. Protocol Village, Visa-backed agro token, stablecoin backed by commodities to launch on Polkadot. Interesting, right? Agro token is something that us in the Algorand community have been very excited about. I think it's a real world use case that is exciting and helps farmers in Latin America and can, obviously anywhere that there's farmers and agriculture and with people with excess grain stored that they can leverage and use blockchain technology to have funds and a liquidity that they are missing. We all got excited about that. Now, what the hell is this? Do we get any answers? With more content, we can launch first. Crypto TV, Algo TV. Let's do it. SPVF got convicted. He did. What's good? What's good, Weird Flex? I love seeing you guys in here. Thank you. If you're watching on Twitter, the fun actually happens on YouTube in the comment section. But it's all good. You can watch on Twitter too. Okay, so what's going on? Polkadot, huh? What are we doing, Pokey? Can you guys see all this, by the way? Yeah. What's going on, Pokey? All right, so it announced its plans to launch on Polkadot to enable seamless tokenization of agricultural commodities. According to the team, Visa-backed agro token is to build a Polkadot parachain that tokenizes soybeans, corn, and wheat. Agro token issues stablecoins with collateral in grains and food, and the value of each token reflects the price of its respective commodity, soybeans, corn, or wheat. With this, farmers, businesses, and financial institutions can easily trade, save, invest, and transact with agro tokens at any Visa point of sale. OKX is coming out with a layer 2. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, it can happen, I guess, simultaneously elsewhere. But if they're building their own chain, what's going down, guys? Token Jokin says Polkadot stealing all the L1 girlfriends. Is that what you said? Gavin was a real OG. Gavin is a real OG. And I own Dot. This is, I mean, look, guys, this is what I think. Let's give me you guys want a full face for this one? I was expecting to navigate. We'll get full face on Agro Token in a second. We're going to come back to Agro Token. Let's finish navigating. Let's finish navigating the noise here, and we'll get back to Agro Token. All right, let's do it. Let's go back. Let's just see what the headlines are. Let's check prices. Let's do our regular show first, and then I'll end on a little bit of a Agro Token Algorand rant. That I have some ideas about. Okay, so lessons from New York for California's new crypto licensing regime. Yeah, for real. Give them the lessons. Are we going to read that? I'm like, did you see me? I mean, I live here, so I kind of am interested. I just haven't read this at all yet. All right, good old Gavi. His signature on the digital financial assets law last month sent shockwaves to the industry. Oh, yeah, they were shocked. And proved the old adage that scandal leads to reform. The collapse of cryptocurrency exchange FTX and blah, 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 blah. All of the banks. Perception is reality. Okay, she's a superintendent of blah, blah, blah. California bill is expressly based on New York's BIT license regime, written in 2015 and overseen by the Department of Financial Services. The California bill puts the onus of filling in the details to California's Department of Financial Protection, itself a newly expanded and reorganized entity. Many lessons may be learned from the New York experience. Okay, we're not reading this. Sorry. If you guys are interested in that, that's just too op-edy for me. I don't want to read it. The IRS and the rising costs of crypto tax compliance. Kathy Wood speculates that Gary Gensler's political ambitions are affecting spot BTC ETF judgment. Okay, what is she saying? Actually interested about this. What you got, Kathy? Number go up. He was reading. Can we get rid of that? Oh my God. Okay, Gary Gensler's political ambitions to be standing in the way of the spot Bitcoin. Guys, do you really think that Gary Gensler would allow his political ambitions to cloud his judgment in doing the right thing? Given how knowledgeable U.S. SEC Chair Gary is about Bitcoin, it's hard to come up with a logical reason for his standing in the way of a spot ETF. Well, I think he's told us his reason, and he says because he thinks the market is highly manipulated, and they clearly have to go after Tether and Binance before they want to approve this, I thought. But now we're all thinking that they're going to do this imminently. I think it has more to do, Kathy, with his idea that they need to do something about Tron and CZ and USDT. Isn't that what it's, he's said that basically. And we all know this is looming. Like, what is happening? This is a decentralized, transparent network. You can follow all the activity. It's highly unlikely to be manipulated, she said. Well, that's what Tether's for, right? That's what the accusation is, at least, by all the fudsters on X. Okay, so we get it now. Okay, Gensler's reluctance toward a spot Bitcoin ETF stems from his fear of manipulation, despite teaching about Bitcoin at MIT. Speculation suggests his aspirations to be Secretary of the Treasury might be the actual reason for the approval delay. Oh my God. If somebody like Gavin Wood, because we know that Joe Biden isn't going to run for president, don't we? Don't we know that? That guy is very old. And I think it's pretty obvious that nobody, I think 95% of this country would vote against Kamala Harris. So she's not going to run. And so it's so obvious that Gavin Wood is going to run, I think, in 2024. I think it's pretty obvious he's been kissing up to Joe Biden and all that. I'm not going to give you any kind of political take on any of it. I don't care. All I'm trying to talk about is the reality of it. And so if somebody like Gavin Newsom wins the election and then makes Gary Gensler the Secretary of Treasury, I'm moving to Canada. Okay. All right. Irregardless, Wood continues to be a major bull on crypto, predicting that a spot ETF would eventually be approved and that this would be among the catalysts for taking the cryptocurrency market from 1 trillion to 25 trillion. Booyah. We already talked about that. All right, there you go. So Gary wants to be the Secretary of the Treasury. Are you guys in? I don't think you are. Okay. Okay, we're not going to read any of that. We'll get to, let's just real quick, let's do the block because they usually have a different slant on things, different owners, different things to pump. All right. So C-Lab CTO doesn't care. I don't care on why CeeLo wants to come home to Ethereum. OKX launches a layer 2. They're all doing it. All the exchanges are doing a layer 2 now. Crypto.com obtains a license in Dubai. So staples will continue to be crypto.com. I don't mind it. All right. Finality raises 95 million in round led by Goldman. I don't even know what Finality is, but it tells me right here. A London-based blockchain payments firm. There we go. Guys, you guys learn so much here. Don't you guys feel like you learned so much here? All right, let's just go to Blockworks real quick. We having fun? Now I feel like I'm in a hurry. I got to get done. I've got to be done in 4 minutes. All right. Goldman, BNP, Paribas, Leads, Finality. Okay, there's way too many weird words. All right. Yada, yada. Okay, Swan, no tolerance for mixing services. They got to have no tolerance for mixing services. At least those are obvious things for governments to go after. Mixing services like Tornado Cash, I mean, not like the developers of it, but trying to shut the thing down. At least that's like an obvious thing that you can clearly understand why a government wouldn't want that, you to be able to do that. Not that I agree, but I'm just saying, at least when they go after those types of things, I think, okay, well, obviously they're going to go after those types of things. Because we all know, actually, like Kathy is saying, you can go to the blockchain, but the problem is these centralized exchanges. Everybody's talking about, oh, Sol is, or FTX has sold all their Sol, right? They sent it all to exchanges. Do you guys not think that that Sol can just be sitting on an exchange? And how do you know that they've been sold from those exchanges? You don't know, because every time you post one of these things that FTX has sold all their Sol, and somebody in the comments, not even just me, says, how do we know that they sold it from the exchange? And there's no answers ever, because nobody knows. Nobody knows what has happened. And then if you follow those wallets a couple of times, which I spent 3 minutes on, so please don't take this as gospel or anything like that, or facts. But I did see the wallets. If you follow a couple of steps down the line, when you actually get to sending it to an exchange, the wallet that sends like a certain amount, like let's say 9,000 Sol to Kraken, immediately receives 9,000 Sol from Coinbase, and then they send another to Kraken. So they're like sending Sol to Kraken, then they're sending it back, Sol back to that same wallet from Coinbase. There is fuckery happening. Okay? There is. And once they're definitely are playing a game to probably try to offload as much Sol as possible without the market dumping. But once they have that other side, whoever is buying the Sol to keep the price up so they can continue to dump, once those people stop buying that Sol, even if those people are stop dumping, the price is going to go completely, it's going to rug. Unless they successfully create so much FOMO and Solana goes nuts. Most likely not. All right, enough of that. Okay, let's go to CoinMarketCap and let's see what the markets are doing. Okay, so Sol's up. Bitcoin is now testing 36,000. It's at 3697, 36,093. So it's up still about 3.5% over the last 7 days, but it's down. It's down in the last 24 hours. And actually Ethereum is outperforming it in the downside. Pretty soon we're going to have Bitcoin testing. We are having 36 being tested for Bitcoin. We're having 2 tested for Ethereum. Volume is high for recent days. BNB is down across the board. XRP is at 65 cents. Down after all of that. That's something that we haven't even talked about. Was that BlackRock XRP spot ETF real or fake? Nobody seems to actually know. Sol is still up 25.5% over the last week. It is up about almost 0.5% over the last 24 hours, but it's down almost 4% in the last hour. I expect more of that to come. Cardano is up 5% over the last 7 days. Chainlink is now going down to 14, no longer in that 15 range, but still up 9% over the last 7 days. Polkadot is headed down too, but still up 9%. AVAX down, but still up 36.5% over the last week. Filecoin, I feel like that does not have a good future, folks, but it's still 29. Hedera lost 6 cents. I know some of you love that. Caspa is still up 36.5. Thorchain is up. Quant is back to its home at 100, 101. FTT overtook Algo again, up over the last 7 days, 174%. Oh, man. If you're buying that, if you've been buying that, I mean, fine, right? If you caught it low and you're trading it well, I mean, all of this stuff, like all of this manipulation and all this stuff doesn't mean I'm saying, I'm not giving you any damn financial advice, but none of it means that that you can't trade it and make a ton of money. Do your thing. Play on, playa. All right, Algorand no longer wants 13 cents, and it's clear. It hates 13 cents. It says, you know what, guys? We got you over 14 cents. And where were the bulls? Where were the bulls? Why didn't you FOMO into my 14 cents? You didn't do it. You didn't think 20 cents was coming. So now we're going to dump on you. You worthless, no gratitude jerks. All right. Okay, I'm over now. Now Algo Hour has started. They're complaining about me. IRL is going to FUD me on Twitter again. All right, there we go. Let's go to Vestige real quick, and then we'll talk about Algo Token and Algorand, and then we will go. And then you can go over to Algo Hour, and everything will be all love. All right. So Algo, 13 cents. Share this tab instead. So here we are at Vestige. Great team on Algorand, continues to build, does a great job. And Chips is down. DFly is down. Opal. He sent a tweet saying when before I leave Algorand, I'll get you the shoes. So that decision's been made, folks. But Opal is down to 8 cents. So it has corrected from its parabolicness. KuCoin lost 14.014. It's but still in 0.013. So it's pretty sideways itself. It did reach a peak according to this chart over here. Volume is kind of high, still kicking. Coop still kicks. All right. Gold real quick. Gold is doing all right. And then it kind of is stepping down a bit. It's up almost 1% over the last 24 hours. Silver is probably 22 something. Oh, silver is actually doing pretty good. Silver's at 23.07, up 3.33%. Old silver, sweet Uncle Silver. All right. And then we got Twitter real quick. My DM's open. New. Cool. All right. So, okay, we read about Algo Token. Let's go back here real quick. Let's look at the chat. It's easier. This thing keeps on dying over here. Or I need to set that up so it's the screen is frozen so it doesn't keep on closing. All right. Let's see what we got here. I got Dustin says, haha. Let's see. Oh, Gary, sweet uncle. I keep on doing the sweet uncle thing. With visas back. Okay. There we go. So we're getting Gov Hat throwing some knowledge here. Okay, so we got token. If TravelX leaves, I'm out. Does OKX already have its own exchange shitcoin? I don't know. I think it does. ETH is stealing all the layer ones and turning them into layer twos. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't like it. I'm more inclined to root for root, by the way. I'm not saying what's going to happen or not. I'm more inclined for things like Polkadot and parachains and things like that to become more of a reality. Yes, Coop Rant inbound. After just 1 week of live streaming, I already noticed an increase in your average live viewers. Imagine how far you'll come in just another month. Consistency equals steady growth. Aiden, thank you so much for your encouragement. Really, I appreciate it, man. I'll keep on going, even though I'm just going. Mort, BTC bouncing off the hourly 200. Okay, cool. Governor's hat. With Visa's backing, it's unsurprising that AgroToken would explore access on multiple chains to get max usage exposure. Whichever chain makes it easier to use will have an advantage. Yeah, what makes me interested is it's its own chain over there. It's going to be their own thing. Oh, Gary. Okay, it's fine, boys. We are out at $5, dumping on retail on the way out onto the next tech. Take it from a base Chad who comes in and buys algo at 9 cents. Listen up, gents. Don't stay married to coins. Token Jokin says, don't stay married to coins. GM, Cooper Scoopers. That's it. I could probably survive on poutine. I got 2 phones, Coop. No rush. Slow down, mister. Yeah, you guys have 2 screens. I guess I don't. Every day is a school day. Okay, Aiden says, for sure don't allow the timing of any other shows to interfere with your mindset. Who cares if shows overlap? Literally no one. Just do your thing and ignore everyone else. Thank you. But then what happens is that people take it personally and they think that I'm trying to compete with them. I'm not trying to compete with IRL. I'm not trying to compete with the next block. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. All I'm trying to do is continue to do this and make this better. So I appreciate you, Aiden, for saying that as well. You're in here, man. I appreciate it. You are welcome. Cool. Seems like a bad idea to purposely end your live stream early just because some other show started. Compete. Let the best man win. Okay. Well, maybe I am competing then. Keep it up, Coop. Thank you, guys. All right. So this is the deal about, okay. Look, I hear you, governor's hat, about it makes sense. I mean, I know that AgroToken on Ethereum and Algorand, and now they're exploring to have their own parachain in the Polkadot universe. I understand. Okay, is a seed investor. It's already on Algo. It's being used. So 409 says Algorand is a seed investor and it's already on Algo. It's being used. Now I understand that too, but isn't it weird? They're a seed investor. And AgroToken is continuously searching for other people. And this is like something that is actually repeating itself a couple of times, right? You have Napster. How much is Napster, which Algorand is an owner of, with HiveMind, which is deeply connected with the Algorand, Silvio and stuff like that. But how much does Napster even use Algorand? Isn't their token and their platform meant to be on EVM? And then LimeWire is another example. We all saw that live. I believe that Algorand had an investment in LimeWire, or certainly got a grant. And then how much are they using now? So it's weird that Algorand doesn't that pose some questions of like Algorand keeps on investing in these things, but they're using other blockchains? Now I understand about this kind of like, well, it's just technology, man. They're investing in the project, but I don't know. I mean, does that actually satiate anybody? So this is my issue. Okay. So not so long ago, we had my algo get hacked. And during that whole entire problem, I had this feeling that Algorand was being attacked. I just felt like, okay, obviously it was my algo was being attacked and it was drained and it was a big problem for the ecosystem, but it just felt like an inside game a bit. Okay, fine. But it happens, right? And, we all know that Rand Labs is affiliated with Borderless Capital. They're essentially the same thing. They say they're not, but they are. They are so close and entwined, like Borderless and Rand Labs. It's just, that is a fact. They can deny that in any way they want, or they can obfuscate that however they want, but they are. Now, obviously, Rand Labs is pretty much out. They're trying to do C3 protocol, but I think that they lost all positive mojo after my algo being drained. And since my algo being drained, we have seen Borderless completely step back from the Algorand ecosystem. Okay. So my question is, These aren't facts. I mean, those are facts. I mean, maybe you can dispute that Borderless hasn't. I did see a post recently from the Al Grant Foundation saying that there was a speaker connected to Borderless Capital. But from everything I'm hearing and everything I'm noticing, Borderless Capital is taking a step back from the Al Grant ecosystem. And Borderless Capital has its roots in Argentina, Miami too, but they are Argentinian. Borderless Capital, I think David Garcia knows Rand Labs, Pablo Yabo from, I believe, Argentina. So they are heavily entwined in Latin America. Now, my question is, now that Borderless Capital seems to be taking a step back from Algorand, is this going to mean that a lot of these very exciting Latin American based projects are also taking a step back from Algorand? Because if you know, Borderless Capital is heavily invested, and it seems in Polkadot. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means, is AgroToken kind of backing up with their boys? I don't know. Is Borderless even? Before I do this, I should probably look to see it. Is Borderless even invested in AgroToken? I have no idea. But my point is that I do know AgroToken is Latin American based, and I also know things like TravelX are Latin American based. So that is something to watch as Borderless goes away. Do these Latin American partnerships start to dwindle? Now, that's not to say that all things are bad in Algo land. I'm not saying that. There seems to be a lot of energy in India, and Algorand is uniquely situated, has a leader, Algo Bharat, who is heavily politically connected in in India. So there's a lot of great stuff happening there. And who knows what other projects. We have John Woods and Stacey Warden talking about 2024 is going to be the year for Algorand. So there can be a ton of things. But I'm just saying there does seem to be a changing of the guard. And that changing of the guard might be Borderless backing out and all these Borderless backed projects going with them. I'm wondering, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, remember when Borderless wanted a refund? And we all know, if you guys have been watching this daily show since the beginning of this year, we know that they're in a civil lawsuit with Coin Fabric, and it was always so disturbing that they are being sued for something like $10 million, and my algo was drained for $10 million. But that's not, I believe me, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but it's just all kind of gross. And I don't love the fact that my algo just kind of like, they all expect us to just, stop talking about it and move on from it. I mean, I guess that is the way this industry works. But my algo was a huge gut punch to the Algorand ecosystem. So many people got drained, and it was a momentum killer. Richard says, I don't think that Borderless is completely away. Yeah, something stinks about my algo, and that is for dang sure. But Tavano says, no, no, no. Anyways, guys, I know I just posed more questions than answers, but I just think that is something for us to look at, is these successful, or these exciting, I should say exciting, these exciting projects like TravelX and AgroToken. I mean, I believe, aren't they both Argentina based? So you've got to believe that Borderless Capital is involved. I know that they're involved with TravelX. So let's see. You know what I mean? Let's hope that TravelX isn't the next to announce a Polkadot parachain. I'm excited to see. Does anybody have any news about what's coming out of India? Like, what do we got in India? What is happening in Europe and Italy? Look, I don't want to slip into this thing where I'm just pointing out things that I think are wrong, speculating on things that are wrong, and that's it. I want us to all remember that there is, and then I know the next block was like, hey, when they have Gary Maloof and John Woods on, what are some questions? I'd be interested to know, like, how the Foundation, Inc., and this new entity, Labs, are all going to coordinate with each other, and what exactly Labs' role is in Europe, which I believe is based out of Italy. Like, we all know about the partnership with Algorand and the Bank of Italy, and of course, there's what they're doing in in Afghanistan with Hizab Pay, which is essentially a CBDC that is making that Afghanistan's economy work, helping that economy tremendously. So let's not forget all that. And there's Asia. What's going on in Asia? Is anything interesting happening in Asia and all that? So, it's not all bad, when that's it. Crunchbase as investors of AgroToken listed. Okay, so who are they? Let's look, and then I'll go. AgroToken. I remember looking at this before, Crunchbase. All right. Okay. You guys can look at this with me if you want. So they're based out of Argentina. I don't have a borderless capital at the top. Yeah, of course. I mean, they're out of Argentina. That's Rand Labs and borderless capital. Okay. Well, I mean, guys, whatever. Life is love and love is life. All right, everybody. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Go check out Algo Hour. They're a great group of guys and gals. Guys. I think it's gal and guys. And tell them I'm sorry in their chat. But I hear you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, Hizab Pay is crushing it. 500 million plus users. 500,000 LOL. 500 million. That's a big country. But still, it's a lot of people. Smash that like button for Coop. Thank you, Ludo. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Wednesday, folks. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I got all the hot takes at the same exact time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and some other time for where you are. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon. And let's follow up and let's pay attention. And let's actually, like our buddy said earlier, token joking, let's not marry our bags. Let's actually live in the world of, okay, what is actually happening and should I continue? So far, so good. And I want to actually say, not so far, so good. That's a lie. So far, I'm not saying anything is terrible. I want to emphasize that there's good things as well. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.